There's so many interesting things about a helicopter transportation service that it's a little bit hard to know exactly where to start. I think perhaps our home audience will be more interested in the details about you as a person, Tom, so let's attack it that way. How long have you been flying airplanes and helicopters all together in your life?
Well, really, I might be revealing my age a little bit this way, but I started back in 1926, becoming very interested in the business and flying then, with friends of mine and my brother and different people. Then I became serious in 1937, of course, during the war, and taught all during the war. And I have compiled about 17,000 hours to date.
My God, that's
rather a little oddity you might be interested in. One of our auditors in Cincinnati figured out that I'd spent 24 hours a day, 2.5 years of my life in an airplane sometimes.
Up there in the great blue,
the blue yonder.
Well, good. How long have you been flying helicopters, Tom?
About 2 years now. I started, of course, when we started this service, and started my flying in the whirling machines, as we call them, or whirlybirds is the word I think they use, the coined word, about 2 years ago.
2 years. That is when your company was started. I believe it was in October of '55. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
And you, previous to that, had a fixed-wing aircraft transportation company there in Cincinnati, and I believe, don't you still have that operation?
Yes, yes, we still do operate that. We have water airplanes, amphibious airplanes, and, of course, twin-engine airplanes and the single. We still operate that very much so.
I see. Well, how long did it take you, having been a fixed-wing aircraft pilot, to learn how to fly a whirlybird?
About 3.5 hours. I soloed one in 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours?
Yes, I felt the same way at first, too. I started to look on your face.
Well, I had the impression that to learn how to fly one of these things was a rather long and complicated experience.
Well, it is, Glenn. We recommend that you have at least a private license or better before you start learning to fly. Although I think my many hours of flying did help me greatly. I think that is a little unusual. It takes 8 to 10 hours before we say they solo the machine.
I see. Well, that is a revelation to me. I think we should get a little bit of factual information, though, about your company. You are apparently extending your service into the Dayton area. What is the nature of the service? As I understand it, it's primarily a shuttle sort of arrangement. Isn't that right?
That is correct, and that is a very good word. That is the word we call it, is the shuttle service. It's similar to a taxi cab by air.
Primarily from Cox Municipal to various points around the city?
Yes, to, well, as you hear on this building today. We could take you right from your office. You walk through the door and get in the helicopter, and we'll take you to the airport.
Is that
or
right?
If you want to go, like we have done in Cincinnati, we took a airline pilot from the airport to the golf course so he could play some golf.
Of course, business people always want to know what does it cost. And I understand you don't have fixed rates yet for the Dayton area, but what would it cost to, say, go from the General Electric plant out in Evendale to the municipal airport over in Erlanger, Kentucky?
That is a distance of about 25 miles and about 13 minutes by helicopter, and the cost is $13.11 for that particular run. Now, downtown Cincinnati to the airport in Erlanger is $7.50.
I see. Probably rates in this area would be roughly comparable, is that right?
I would say so, although your rates here won't be quite as high because you don't have the distances to go that we do there.
I see.
Dayton is more compact than Cincinnati. Cincinnati is quite spread out, as you know, on the river.
How many helicopters do you have in operation in Cincinnati, and how many do you expect to have in this area?
Well, we're going to have 2, this large 4-place machine, and then we have another 2-place machine, a new one, that we will put here at the beginning, at the outset. We operate 4, actually 6 in Cincinnati now, but 2 of those will be moved to Dayton. And in thinking of that, also we say Dayton continually, but we will serve Troy and Sydney and Piqua and your fellow towns, so to speak, that I know a lot of people come to Dayton to shop and they work here that live in those towns. We will serve this whole area, this whole immediate area.
Well, Tom, as a businessman in the Dayton area, I can understand that thinking because we realize that Dayton business is a much broader thing geographically than just the companies right in municipal Dayton. Tom, thank you very much.